Money. So you're saying I don't have to get any fancier than Windows Movie Maker, not for what I'm about to do?
No. You want to focus on telling the story, and you don't really need a lot of bells and whistles to do that. What you want to focus on is getting the proper amount and the right shots. Basically, like you tell a story. Like, I'm going to tell a story of Brian leaving my place and arriving at his new couch surfing host. So I would get a shot of Brian packing his things. I would get a shot of Brian walking out the door. I would get a shot of Brian getting into his car. I would get a shot of Brian passing, street lights on the side of the street. Traveling for a while, spend a good amount of time showing some different clips of, him traveling. And then Brian knocking on the door of his new guest. Then the guest opening the door, Brian walking in, Brian taking stuff out of his backpack. And that's the story. You don't need any bells and whistles to tell that story. You don't need graphics. You don't need any overlays. You don't need special cool audio effects. I mean, you might need one song to show the transition, and then just know how to splice your video together and tell the story with the clips. So no, you don't.
I think that would take 2 sets. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I think one couch host, one couch surf, I'm talking about hitchhiking stories and domestic squabbles. All of this stuff. The history of the French in Louisiana.
Now, with that story, you could have put pictures over what he was talking about. Because basically that entire video was you pointing a camera out the front of the window of the car, which is fine. You can hear him talking, but it gets a little stale after so long.
It does get us. So what do you think I could do with this?
Now with that, if he's telling you about New Orleans and the history of the French, why don't you go on Google and look for images of old New Orleans, black and white photos of New Orleans. Look for, the French flag. Anything that he's talking about, that's what you want to search for in still images, because you don't have any other video footage. This is the only video footage you have. Now to spice it up, you want to look for still images and cover your video with that. So whenever he mentions, New Orleans in the early 1800s, you put a picture of black and white New Orleans over the video, If he mentions, like, a war, then you put a picture of a war,
Hold on, I could do that on Movie Maker.
Yeah, exactly.
I could do that on Movie. There's.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bells and whistles. Movie Maker has all the basics.
Yeah.
They have audio.
I could do stills. I could do pictures.
Stills,
yeah.
They have cuts and transitions, and they have a couple of filters.
So you still think that the traveling life, that's the life, or at least you?
Yeah. No, I was telling you earlier that I have a job, I have my own place, I'm kind of stationary here in what I do, and the nomad lifestyle is something I've always dreamt about and wanted to do, and I feel like it's still a possibility, but I'm running out of time because it's good to do it while you're young. So that's why I see someone like you, your age, you're 32, you're not the youngest person in the world, but you're not the oldest person in the world either, and it gives me hope that, in the next 7 years, I'm 25, in the next 7 years, at some point, I can drive everything I'm doing and go and live the dream of traveling the nomad lifestyle and meeting people on the road.
But you're just gonna keep, at some point, you're going to have to, grab it.
At some point, I'm going to have to
you're talking about 7 years and this, I got time, this, you don't know how life dictates the cards, sometimes,
At some point, I'm going to have to drop everything I'm doing and do it. And I do plan on doing that, taking the plunge.
Taking the plunge, exactly.
And the reason I haven't done that yet is because I haven't had the capital to kind of sustain myself while traveling on the road. However, I'm saving money right now, and once I get a little bankroll saved up, I'm going to take the plunge and do it, because it is a risk. It's a risky thing to do, but it pays off in the end, because you meet new people, you see new places, you step outside of your comfort zone, you learn a lot about yourself, and it teaches you a lot about the world, about people, and about life. Yo, is this yours?
What?
Prego?
Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead, go for it.
No, I
No, get the hell, go for it.
No, I don't like mushroom.
Prego's the best, man. Okay. Alright.
I don't like mushroom.
I wish I had that. I don't like mushroom.
Not unless they're magical.
I guess so. It takes 10 minutes just to get to a representative. These things are crazy. And this is like 10 o'clock on Tuesday night. Hello, I'm calling about a study. Yeah, 825-8000 in Daytona Beach. Yeah, 825-8000. Yes. Okay, thanks.
What happened?
The study got filled.
Bullshit.
No. What's it to you? You're not doing it.
I'm trying to make a good cinema here.
And
that's just
bullshit. Study got that happens, man. It's a rat race. Literally, it's a rat race, man. It's competition. A study goes on the board, man. 20, 30, 50 guys are vying for this little piece of cheese. 50, 80, 100 guys are vying for literally 10 slots. That's what it comes down to.
How big is a piece of cheese, though, really?
Piece of cheese, that piece of cheese was 3 1/4.
Not bad.
So 3,205. I don't even know if I did that right, but 3,250.
For how many days?
That was a cupcake one, man. 12 days.
$30,000 in 12 days?
32 and a half for 12 and it prorates to about $270 a day.
Do you know what was the medicine?
Actually, that I don't know.
They don't tell you?
But all I was concerned with was $3,000 over only 12 days time. So,
Damn.
so that sucked. But